Hey, Conor Neill here in one of the new classrooms in ESA Business School. There's been a lot of renovation over the last year to expand the MBA intake to now have 6 sections. This is one of the new classrooms in the MBA program. So great to have you. This week is a very important week for me because we have surpassed 50,000 subscribers on YouTube. So for me, I just want to take a moment to say thank you very much for being one of those that has given me a real thrill today. And I think more than my thrill, when I was sat in my car this morning, my daughter asked me what I was going to be doing today, and I could turn to her and say, today I'm going to pass over 50,000 subscribers on YouTube. She looked at me with a sense of pride that her father has achieved this YouTuber milestone. So thank you. Those numbers, although they are not the single most important thing, they do help me to see that these videos are having an effect. So I want to thank you for being part of this community that watches, shares and comments on these videos that I'm making. Thank you. The story that I wanted to talk about today is about excellence. What leads to excellence? And there's a story that comes from a school in America. And in the school, there was a teacher who taught pottery, the making of pots, clay pots, you know, that spinning wheel that you move your fingers to create a pot. And this teacher had been teaching ceramics for many, many years and was a little bit bored of the class. So one year, to give a little bit of interest to her class, she told one half of the class, she told them, your grade will be given on your most finished piece. There'll be one end of the year project. You'll present your most finished piece and some writing about why you worked on that piece. The other half of the class, she did something different. She showed them a weighing scales to measure weight, and she said, at the end of this year, we'll put everything that you create on top of the weighing scales. We'll measure who has produced the pots that weighs the most, and the student who has produced the most kilos of pots will get the highest grade. So if you imagine the group that was measured on one finished piece, how did they live the year? Well, most of them went to coffee shops with their friends and talked about pots. They went to galleries with their friends and they looked at pots. They read books about pots. They did a lot of thinking and a lot of talking, a lot of discussing. But the first time most of them went down to the workshop and actually put their hands on clay and made a pot was for the last 2 weeks of the year in an urgent rush to get it finished, to get that one piece finished. If you think about the other group of students, the students that have been told that they would get their grade based on the total kilograms of production, how did they live their year? And the answer is they went down to the workshop that first day and they had hands on clay. They were making pots. They made little pots, big pots. Everything they saw that inspired them a little bit, they'd go down to the workshop and try and make it. They see an elephant. They think, right, an elephant-shaped pot. Down to the workshop, make an elephant-shaped pot. Day after day after day, down in the workshop, hands on the clay, doing the work. At the end of the year, when the teacher brought the students in and each produced their best pots, all of the best pots were made by the group measured on weight that had been in the workshop day after day, 5 pots a day. And this story is about mastery in life, is about hands on clay, doing the work, going to the workshop and doing the work. Whether you're a writer writing blog posts, the sheer quantity day after day that you produce will lead to excellence. Just thinking about it isn't writing. Reading about it isn't writing. It's only doing the work. And that attitude of doing the work. So very often in my classes, I tell this story and I say the way of being the group measured on sheer weight is these videos. Get a webcam, switch it on, and make videos. Day after day after day. Who are you? What do you stand for? What type of team do you want to build? What type of vision do you have for the future? What does your company stand for? What do you stand for? The speech I get people to give at the end is, what value would you share with a child as the basis of a good life? So that's your challenge. Switch on a webcam now and just get into this process of getting the kilos and kilos and kilos of work done, because greatness comes through the work. Well, 50,000 subscribers. Thank you for your shares, your comments, for your interaction. Watching these videos inspires me to keep making more. Thank you from the roof over the top of Barcelona.